What's up, everybody? Welcome to the CanesInSight Baseball Podcast. It's just me today, Sebastian Font. No D Money, no Pete. They're out abroad doing their thing. And today we're going to preview some Canes baseball, one of the hottest teams in the nation right now. 10-2 in their last 12 ACC games. Currently on an 8-game win streak, 2 sweeps on the bounce, one against a ranked Georgia Tech team, and the other up in Boston against Boston College. I mean, for a team that fell to about 500 and people were very worried about where this was going to be headed, they've certainly righted the ship here and turned it around pretty quick to the point of almost being locked in as an at-large for the regionals. But heading into this weekend, we want to make sure that the light is packed. We urge you, Canes Baseball urges you to pack the light. We want everyone here. We're facing a consensus top 15 team in the country in NC State. They just came off a sweep against what I think to be one of the best teams in the country in Clemson, a team that could definitely compete for the national title, compete in Omaha, and they swept them pretty handedly, right? And now they did take a loss in the midweek to UNCW, kind of like how we've been struggling in the midweeks against FIU. UNCW has had their number, so not really too much to look into that. They're going to come here and be very prepared, be a very good team. And well, yeah, we're going to compete. The guys are excited. We're going to have a couple of them on the show today. Get to talk to them, get your questions in the chat. We're going to ask some of our own, some of them from the forum. Ron Frazier, baseball board over on CanesInSight, best baseball board for Miami Hurricanes baseball in the country. And yeah, it's going to be great. And what do I think of this turnaround? I mean, what sparked it? I think the changes that we made, especially with pitching. I mean, I think the guys really rallied together, understood that this team shouldn't be a 500 ball club. They definitely have enough grit, enough talent to be better than that. And when their names were called to make the change, whether it was B. Walt to the pen or Ciscar and Darius to be moved up to the starting line, they took that challenge and ran with it, right? And since those moves is when this team's been really hot. And it's been really great to see the freshmen that on CanesInSight we've been talking about since pretty much the first fall practice, right? That these guys were going to find and pitch their way into a big role, and they certainly have. I mean, Tate Darius has been one of the best, both Tate and AJ Ciscar, two of the best freshman pitchers in the nation. I mean, very low ERAs and have really just looked well beyond their years in terms of maturity on the mound and how they've handled the pressure of becoming starters in the ACC. And it's been really great to watch. I mean, you have hitting coaches for other ACC teams talking about AJ Ciscar and how hard it is to just prepare for him and how hard of a matchup that is for hitters, especially righties with that sinker, the slider. And it's been great. I mean, that's without even mentioning our Friday night guy in Griffin Hughes, who's going to be an all ACC player, easily first 3-round draft pick when he decides. He's been great this year. Absolutely just dominant on the mound, a straight bulldog, the guy you want to start your weekend with. And he's been nothing but great to do that. And yeah, going with this NC State series, they've been hitting the ball well. So it's going to be a real good test for our arms that have taken that step up. Now they're going to face a team that really can hit very well. We expected it out of Georgia Tech. We didn't really see it too much from them. Our pitching fared really well, but they didn't really give that spark that we expected from them. I think NC State is going to have more of that hitting prowess. So we're going to see how that goes. It's going to be really interesting to watch how all three of our pitchers, the starters, the bullpen, how they all react to this challenge. I mean, you're going from basically the underdog these last couple weeks and upsetting some of these teams to now being the team that's hot, the one that's supposed to be winning. It's going to be a really, really fun thing to watch over at the Light. So make sure you guys go get your tickets, come to the Light, support. These guys want you here. They love to play in front of the fans. They play better in front of the fans. They want you here. So make sure to pack the light. Pack the light. And then one of the things that has been really good to see is the protection around Cuvée, right? He's been Cuvée, he's been doing his thing, but now right around him, you're getting a bit more protection. And I think that's really allowed him to feel comfortable and have these big swings that we've been seeing where you get a couple guys on for him, then he's going to launch that 3-run home run, right? He's not going to be swinging out of his shoes, and he's going to be doing his thing. And it's really great to see. And yeah, for sure, they do need to keep that underdog mentality. I mean, that's what this team really is, right? And a lot of people wrote them off, right? But they found a way. They've turned a corner, and it's been great. It's been really great to see. Just a really fun team right now down in Coral Gables. Really one of the hottest teams in the nation, and that's not me exaggerating. You could look at any baseball page anywhere, and they're talking about the Hurricanes right now and how we've turned the corner here as a collective group. And Cane Cats Heat 305 says Tanner Smith has always turned a corner defensively. Yeah, for sure. He's really been really good lately defensively. He's made a lot of just nice blocks that turn into runners just thrown out on the bases in really key spots. It's been really great to see. I mean, there was a lot of worry at the start of the year. Things didn't look all right. I don't know if he was all right, like health-wise. It didn't look right. It didn't look like him. But since then, he's been really able to turn that corner and get back to what we expected defensively from him at the start of the season, right? He's been really keeping runners at the base, not letting them get that extra base, whether it's a stolen base, pass ball, whatever. He's really been able to lock it down, and it's given some confidence in the pitchers, I think, and has allowed actually us to turn a lot. We've turned a lot of double plays the last couple series. I mean, that Georgia Tech series, we turned so many. We turned so many that series and the Boston College series, to be honest. But yeah, and that's because he's keeping them at first base. They're not. It's not a green light for people to steal on him, and it's been really good to see him turn that corner, right? And it's been a real positive for this team as we've gotten hot here. And Juan Manuel says, I would love to know the mindset of the team to be resilient and not to give up on each other. You'll be able to hear their mindset later today when we have them on the show. But from what I've seen, from what I've talked to them, they absolutely they do not give up on each other. There's a family here. They're all going to fight for each other. They're all going to do whatever it takes for the guy next to them wearing that same jersey to succeed, wearing for the logo to succeed, right? They're all here for that. It's not it's more than a game to them. It means something to them. and Miami Angels Share Society says Jake Ogden, best shortstop in the country. Yeah. I mean, I love me some Ogden baseball. That's my boy. I mean, he's basically the catalyst of this team. Everyone rallies around him. You can see the Ogden baseball shirts from the coaches to the players. I got to get my hands on one of those, actually. I got a couple of people asking me to get them. I'm going to see what I can do today. But I think he's one of the top most underrated shortstops in the country, actually. He's been named to the Brooks Walsh award list, watch list. And we said it from the start, right? Back in fall, when people were really worried what position he would slide into due to his utility. But we sat here, I said that he would be one of the key players on this team at the shortstop position, right? And he's completely shown that both defensively and offensively, consistently getting hits, leading off with this team, even showing the power from time to time when you need him, just nonchalantly running around the base like it's nothing to him. But and then defensively, right? I talked earlier about those double plays that we've been turning a lot, and a lot of them have been from him, whether he's just getting it, taking it himself to second, going to first, or just really making some nice turns as he gets it from Dorian. And it's been really great to see. He does it on both sides. He does it on the bases as well. Real threat to steal when he's on. He does everything, man. He's such a fun player to watch. If you have your kids watching Canes baseball games, have them watch Jake Ogden, because he does everything that a baseball player should do. Play essentially any position on the baseball field really works quality at bats. I think that's the thing that I like the most about him, is that he's consistently working 6 to 8 pitch at bats. I mean, they call him Quabden for a reason, quality ABs. And that's what he's been doing, right? He sees a lot of pitches as the leadoff. And even when he's not seeing a lot of pitches, that's because he's taking the first pitch and absolutely driving it for a double and sparking the offense, right? He's been really able to do essentially everything that this team's asked for him, whether it's first base, shortstop, third base, second base. He does it all, and it's really awesome to see how he plays the game and how he does it. And Juan Manuel asks, how far can this team go? Is there enough depth on this team? I think that they could, if in the right regional, they could really make some noise, maybe even get out of the regional. But at the same time, this is a team that has been hit with a couple injuries here and there. You obviously lose Nick Robert, you lose Derek Williams, you lose Todd Hudson. We don't know about Williams and Hudson, their status for regionals. They might be back for them, but with hamate injuries, those are really hard to come back from. It's a really hard thing to, I guess, get your swing back really in such a short time after surgery. I wouldn't really expect them to be back. I would love to see them back. Derek Williams was probably our best hitter before he got injured, and it's really sad to see. But they're going to be in the dugouts. Pastor Todd's going to be leading prayers. They're going to be around. But beyond that, I think it is kind of difficult to say at the moment, right? I mean, we are riding a hot streak. Everyone's excited. I wouldn't really go too much into it, right? But I think in the right regional, we can make some noise, especially with how we match up with some teams, especially our pitching. Our pitching can really be a factor in regional play. I just worry about with how lefty dominated our lineup is, right? How that's going to fare against a lot of teams essentially throwing their best lefty at us in regional and super regional play. So it'll be interesting to see how we finish out this season, where we go into regionals where we're ranked 2 seed, 3 seed. Heck, even if we win out the rest of the year, we could even host down here in Coral Gables. But yeah, it's a tough one to say how far we can go. But it's this team fully believes in itself, right? With the injuries, they never doubted anything. I mean, even now, they're not looking to just take one against NC State. They're looking to sweep them, right? And they have the utmost confidence right now. And again, part of that's because of the fans. The fans are coming out. They're excited to watch Canes baseball, and that means a lot to these guys. They feed off that energy, and obviously riding a win streak, they're feeling confident, right? And it'll be really great to see how we battle against a team like NC State, and that's a really good indicator of how we would do in regional, super regional play if we get there, because NC State is a team they're a team that are consistently there, right? They're a team that has some of the best freshmen, some of the best players in the country. They do their thing. They're consistently in regional play on a yearly basis. That's a team that is a very good just bar for us to measure ourselves with. And how we handle this series is going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting. And I think that our pitching is really what's going to determine this, because if those guys stay the way that they are, and we can just have a day where we score one, right? And these guys just hold it out. You obviously don't want that, but when we score first, we're an entirely different team, right? We'll hold that lead. We'll even just start piling on the runs. But once we get behind, those are the games that we've really struggled with, and it's almost like we've come out flat. So just scoring first is going to be the real key in my eyes for this series. We shut them down top half of the inning, come out, Ogden double, Max Galvin double, have a run, Cuvée bomb, that type of thing. And we take the lead. This place is going to be bumping. These guys are going to be confident, and no one's going to really stop that. So that's the key for me this weekend, getting that first run and doing our thing. If we can manage that, I think we will be not only be in a good place to take one this series, but to actually win the series. And who knows, even if we sweep. But taking the first run will really go a long way in doing that. And we got to make sure of it this weekend. So I expect a lot. I expect a lot this weekend. I expect to see some good performances. I could even see a couple guys out of the pen who we haven't seen too often have to make a step up and do a job. And that's what it's going to come down to. If we could get some, we can't keep relying on the same guys over and over again, because some teams some teams are going to figure that out. And two, arms get tired towards the end of the year. We need to have all the arms going, kind of get that bullpen, as many guys as we can to just start seeing some innings before the end of the year here and have them ready to go into a regional game, ACC tournament type of game. And it's going to be really great to see. So it's, as Canes Cat Heat 305 says, I believe in our pitching for sure. For sure believe in our pitching. So looking at the NC State statistics here, just looking at their record, they are currently, let me just pull this up right here. And yeah, Canes Cat Heat 305, Rob Evans, Ashford, Lachi to step up. Same with Cleveland. Yeah, I could fully see all of them stepping up, especially the lefties in that bullpen, whether it's Mikey Fernandez, Rob Evans, Ryan Ashford. I believe in all of them to really get the job done. They just need to start getting some innings here to get that feel. And because a lot of them, we've been really, it's a good thing. We've had an identity over the last couple of weeks where you just ride your starters out, get it to Fisher or Will Smith, and then hand it off to B-Walt to close, right? That's a good, you have an identity as a pitching staff where you could have a consistent expectation, but at the same time, you need to get some of these other guys some innings that are going to come in key spots, whether it's a lefty-lefty matchup, et cetera, et cetera. So this NC State team is currently 30-13, right? 15-6 in the conference. As I said, they've really been taking care of business. And just looking at the ACC standings for baseball right here, I believe we are around 7th and 9th, I believe. Let me pull this up right here. NC State's actually currently leading the conference right now. They're the number one team in the conference. We're currently 9th, tied with Louisville. So this ACC is, as I always say to people, right? The ACC is essentially in football terms, where it's the SEC and the Big Ten. It's the SEC and the ACC in baseball, right? We're essentially that Big Ten type of probably better. I think that when it comes down to Omaha this year, you're going to see probably at least 6 to 7 SEC, ACC teams in that mix. So, yeah, we have a really good series coming up, ACC battle with NC State, top of the conference right now. And really good test. And John Enriquez says it's going to be hard to get those guys to step up when they get no innings of work. They'll be like a deer in headlights when it's the regional time. Yeah, for sure. It'll be really hard for them to come through in that spot if they haven't got the innings so far. So if we could get them some innings, it would be really good to see here. Anyway, yeah. All right, we're going to have some of the players come through right now. Get your questions ready. Say what's up to them. Fabio. How you doing, baby?
Oh, good. You, my brother?
So we got all three of them here right now. Which one of y'all wants to go first? So we got Mikey Torres, freshman center fielder. How we doing, Mike?
Good, man. You?
I'm chilling, man. How's this win streak been? How y'all feeling?
That's great. You know,
I've been asked by a lot of people like what clicked, like what happened these past couple of weeks, and I just feel like a lot of guys just realize that they have to step forward and do their job and not wait for anybody else to like contribute. And I feel like that's gotten us a lot closer and as a team, and just obviously the winning streak is great so far.
Yeah. So like when it comes to, obviously you were the starting center fielder, you were on the bench for a little while, got your opportunity back, and now, man, all you guys are rolling. How did that feel to be able to come back and kind of just prove a lot of people wrong with how you're playing?
It's kind of like a sigh of relief, because when I was on the bench, I was grinding every day and trying to fight for my spot back. And when I got the opportunity, my mindset was like, I can't let this get away from me. So I was just taking everything day by day and just thinking about everything that I've worked that whole on the whole working side on the bench, and thank God it worked out.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think has clicked specifically for you since coming back? I mean, obviously you're still great with the glove, but hitting wise, I mean, you just had your first career home run against Georgia Tech. Walk me through that. Like, how did that feel?
No, it was amazing. I've been dreaming of that for my whole life, and I just put the ball in play, and that Sunday win is amazing. So hopefully I get a little more taste of that every single weekend, and just keep on doing what I've been doing this whole spring. And just put the ball in.
You've been obviously a lot of highlight plays out in center field. How confident are you with your glove out there? I mean, you kind of just glide to the ball, really just nonchalantly just doing your thing out there.
Yeah, I feel like that's second nature to me. I was born having great defense, and obviously with John here, I've gotten way better. I've gotten more smarter with the reads and how to take every pitch seriously. And I feel like that's gotten me to the next level of where I wanted to be, and I'm just glad I'm catching everything out there.
I mean, you have Fabio on right, and how does that feel to have someone that could also cover as much ground as you, just to be your partner out there?
Yeah, that's awesome. Everything that goes to right, I'm not worried about it. I just let him know where the fence is, and I know it's gonna get into his glove. And when we have Gabby out there, we call it the no fly zone defense, and it's just locked down there, and it's awesome.
Yeah, man, I love to see it. We got a question here for you from Anthony Manzano. Who do you model your game after when it comes to how you play center field?
That's a great question. I've always modeled my game for Bryce Harper, but I wouldn't say for center field. I'd say Mike Trout. I've grown up watching YouTube and all his highlights on him robbing home runs, freaking ribs all over the fence, and I've seen that guy growing up, and I actually was able to watch him play one day, and he's just an amazing guy and great center fielder.
Yeah, Mike Trout, he's the dude, man. But following with that kind of like Mike Trout, the robbery, having to watch for the fence. Canes Cat Heat 305 asked about the adjustment from the Raul Academy, where it's a much smaller field out in basically all parts of it, to Mark Light, where it's very open, you have space to go. How have you made that adjustment so far?
I love playing at a bigger field, so it shows way more of my range. And the Raul's obviously super small, and it's a little adjustment playing on a bigger field, but I love it because I have way more range to catch balls, and unlike in Doral, a little blooper over my head, it's gone. Yeah. So it's awesome playing here at Mark Light, just showing off my range, and hopefully for the next 3 years.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry too much about that wall. It's not always in the back of your head. You can kind of just go, and it's really fun to watch. You just kind of cover both gaps and just make those diving plays whenever you need to, man. And we got another question in here. Do you ever anticipate pitching at some point? I faced you back you're pitching for Doral. I worked a walk somehow. I don't even remember how I did that. But you ever anticipate two-waying here?
So this whole fall, I was asking JD, can I pitch? And he always told me no. So I've always wanted to pitch here, but it's all up to JD's decision. It'd be super fun to be pitching at Mark Light, night game, closing it out maybe. But that's all up to JD. I'd love to pitch, but
yeah, I'd love to see it. That'd be pretty dope. Just swap the glove out, come down, just put the ball, and just go, bro. But thank you. Appreciate you, dog.
See you again.
It's always great seeing you. What else we got? We got Fabio.
What up?
Fabio Peralta.
going?
Freshman right fielder and himself. So, Fabio, same thing for you. What's kind of clicked your freshman year here? How have you been feeling?
So I mean, obviously, I started off like in the bench. You know, that was something I'm not used to. You know, coming out of high school, you're like I was like the captain of the team. You know, you play every day. But I just learned how to humble myself and just kind of just stay focused in the moment. You know, you learn some things like when you're in the bench that you never like were to look at when you're playing. So I just took some time and like I was able to focus on myself and just something clicked like mentally. And when I got the chance, like I made the best of it.
Yeah, how excited were you when you finally got that chance? I mean, you haven't really looked back since. So how did it feel?
I mean, it was amazing. Like I mean, I got chances before, but at UF, like something clicked in my head, and I just started from there. And you know, playing UF is obviously a big time thing. So being able to get 3 hits there was honestly awesome.
So I mean, you know, all of you guys in the outfield group together. Is there any of the older guys that are like kind of mentoring you that you're looking up to?
Oh yes, Gabby Gutierrez for sure. He's like we call him coach for a reason. Like that guy's he's always trying to help us out. You know, always get better. So he's definitely a good mentor, and I mean he's good in the outfield. He gets really good reads.
So notice a bit when you hitting your doubles and whatnot, you hit him with a thumbs down belly.
Oh yeah.
All right, you want to talk about that for a second?
I mean that's something we started doing, and so the team was doing it. I was just doing it, and out of emotion, it just comes out.
So we got a question here for you. What was your toughest adjustment from high school to ACC play?
My toughest adjustment is sometimes I have to sit on a pitch. You know what I'm saying? Like in high school, like the ball could just flow and you could just react.
Just drive it.
You know, ACC is not a joke. You know, so definitely sometimes you gotta sit on a pitch.
Yeah, same. Say, let's go along the same lines as I asked Mikey. Like, is there any guys that you're kind of emulating for as an outfielder? Any pro guys?
I mean, it's a tough question because I feel like you just like yourself, like you are yourself. You know what I'm saying? You mirror yourself, but J Rod is definitely like one of the people to look up to. You know, like he's a young guy right now. He's killing it, and he's amazing at the outfield. So
yeah, is there any other guys like maybe like more like hitting wise? Because I know J Rod's probably for the field. I mean, that guy's fantastic.
He's fantastic on the field. I mean, my favorite player was Mike Trout growing up too. So
no, it makes sense. The guy was like that.
Although he was a righty, like you know, I love the way he plays.
Yeah. So like obviously this season, Trout's had to go from center to right, and this season as well, you've moved from center to right. How's that adjustment been for you? And like, what was the hardest ball for you to track off the bat? Right.
I mean, the adjustment, I've definitely made some adjustments because the reads are way different. Like the ball, tails, you know, it's like it feels like you're way closer to the batter. So, you know, your reads are way different. So I just had to adjust with it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just catching a fly ball.
Yeah.
And for me, there's also a secondhand nature. So.
And another question in here. What was it like having 2 hits at Fenway?
Oh my God!
Like you grew up, like you watched on TV, you get 2 hits there. How did that feel?
I mean, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you know that's something that you dream of. Like, you know, you dream to play there someday, and the fact that I got the chance to be there and you know make the best of it was honestly amazing.
Yeah. That's awesome. Is there anything after this little hot streak that you guys are on? Anything you want to tell the fans? Anything that you want them to know about this team?
Oh yeah, hey, we're an amazing team to watch. I just want to let you guys know that you guys should definitely come out this Friday or this whole series actually, because this is a big series for us. And, you know, we love the support from the fans to make the best of it, and just come out here, just keep the hot streak going. Yeah,
appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
It's great seeing you. All right, now we got AJ Siskar, Saturday starter for your Hurricanes. AJ, how we doing? Doing great, man. I mean, obviously, you've been killing it these past since you've been moved up to the weekend starter role. How's that been for you?
It's been awesome, man. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, honestly, to be here, play at ACC school, and be a freshman starting on Saturdays. And it's just been awesome. JD and Laz have built me up, and they've been guiding me and mentoring me throughout the process. And it's a good time for the team to be hot right now.
Yes, sir. Walk me through that first start that you made. Like, how did it feel? One, getting told that you were going to make that start, and two, how did it feel on the mound?
It's a great feeling, man. I mean, kind of caught me by surprise a little bit. I know I was killing the bullpen, but at the same time, being a starter, I'll be honest, it really wasn't in the back of my mind starting the season. And just getting that opportunity was a blessing. And the coaches, when they told me about it, they were just like, we gave you this opportunity because of what you've been doing. We don't need you to do anything different. And just going into it, that gave me that relaxation, just calmed me down. Just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing. Luckily, we were able to get that win against UNC.
Yeah, man, it's been really great to watch how mature you are on the mound for a freshman and how you've been able to essentially control the tempo of the game and control the zone, especially whether you're pushing it in on righties or going away on them. What do you think has been the biggest click that you've made since coming to Miami?
Honestly, it's been what I do. I mean, when I was pitching at St. Thomas, for those who don't know, center field is 290 feet.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tiny there. So I have to pound the bottom of the zone. As I've been here, I gained a few miles an hour as well. And my sinker's it's always going to move like that. So I just keep doing what I've been doing as well. Defense behind me, man, it makes me really, really – it's just I'm at peace out there because I know if the ground ball's hit shortstop, Ogden's got it. Or the ball's hitting the outfield, you got Mikey and Bobby who's going to track it down. And it's just really, really awesome to have the defense behind me.
Yeah, man, it's really great to see. And then on the mound, obviously, you have a lot of energy. We see, like, Griff hitting his struts off the mound, but you also have a lot of energy on the mound. Can you walk me through that, how you point to the Lord, your faith, and whatnot?
So when I'm up there in intense, stressful situations, even also when the bases are cleared, starting out the inning, in my head, like people see me talking, it's just trusting the Lord, one pitch at a time, win this pitch, and just focusing on each individual pitch because especially in college, the game can switch on a dime. Yeah. And I just praise God for giving me the opportunity to even be here. I mean, it's truly a blessing, like I said earlier, to be a Saturday starter as a freshman, and it's just always a blessing to be here.
Yeah, and then both you and Tate have now two freshmen being the weekend starters. How has that been with him? Have you guys been just going back and forth with each other, like can't believe it's really happening, or what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, both of us, when we both got into the weekend rotation, we were just both like not necessarily shocked because we know we were both well capable of it, but also like, wow, two freshmen weekend rotation, the team's starting to turn around. I mean, I think in April we went 12-4. It's just like we're starting to see the impact we're making, but as well, we don't get comfortable with it in the sense of we're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep our heads down. We're going to keep pounding zone. We're going to keep giving our team a chance. And the offense has been really, really helpful as well, and just gives us that almost peace of mind going into these games that we're going to be all right.
Yeah, man, it's really great to see everything coming together and kind of just piecing together as we get down the end of the season here. But another question from the chat: Is there a starter in the majors that you're kind of just modeling yourself after?
Not really. I think what I do is pretty funky. I mean, the arm slot's kind of funky, the arm action is kind of funky, and the pitches that I throw, they all move relatively different. I mean, some people tell me that my sinker looks like a changeup from the dugout when I throw it, but I just kind of do me in that sense.
I mean, I love to hear that, man. That's really great. It's been really great to see that kind of pairing of Griff, you, and Tate just kind of set the tone for the games. How important is it to you to set the tone from the mound?
It's extremely important. It really, at least to me, it dictates how the game's going to go. You come out, you throw a good, strong first inning. Your defense starts to be a little more relaxed. The offense can trust itself that they're going to be able to kind of put up a couple runs and have the confidence that the pitcher's going to do the job on the mound. It even translates going into the bullpen. If the starting pitcher's dominant, the bullpen's going to be more relaxed, and they're going to go in there, and they're more likely going to be dominant because they're going to be confident. So it just really dictates the game.
Yeah, and then what was I going to say here? But let's go to a question in the chat. From the first fall scrimmage to now, you stay consistent. How have you been able to stay so consistent throughout?
Just stick with the process. Each week, it's a process from the end of the start going into that Sunday. I mean, I just stay consistent with my routine with the lifting, the throwing program that I do, and on top of that, doing the drills that I do to stay consistent on mechanics.
Yeah, and then just from the question here, About Laz is both a pitching and a mental skills coach. Can you talk a bit about him and what he does and why it's so important here?
He brings such a, like, in general, he helps the pitchers mentally and staying focused on executing the pitch and not worrying about the result. Like, he tells us all the time, I'd rather you execute that pitch. So for me, down in the zone, if you give up a weak single, yeah, it's a single, but you can do sweet contact, you hit your spot, that's a win in your book. And it's just really focusing on doing your job versus worrying about the result that's going to happen.
Yeah, man, it's been really great to see. It's been so fun. But what's your pregame song to get pumped?
I'm a big fan of Christian music, and I have a huge playlist that I just listen to on repeat and repeat and repeat. And recently it's been Can't Steal My Joy, and I think it's with Brandon Lake.
All right, man. Now you guys are a very Christ-centered team, and I love to see that. But it's been great to see all of you. It's been great to talk to all of you. Appreciate y'all coming out.
Thank you.
Y'all take care.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you guys for one more thing. All right, just doing this down there. Yeah, that's right. Thank you to James Canable. Great SID here. Just recently took over for Josh White at the start of this year. He's been great, absolutely killing it. You see all the posts that Canes Baseball is making both on Instagram and Twitter. It's been absolutely they want the light packed, and they're going to make a real effort to do that. So it was great to talk to all the guys again, get to see them, catch up with them. Yeah, they enjoyed your questions. They love to see it. So yeah, any other questions you guys got about Canes baseball here before we wrap it up? Canes Cat Heat 305 says, what do you think we will need in the portal? It's a really, really good question. I think for the most part, that's a really good question. You're gonna have a real good crop of the freshmen that are already here going into their second season, and you're gonna have a really interesting group of freshmen incoming with the 2025 class. So when it comes to portal needs right now, obviously you try and get as many arms as you can. Experience. You might need you're going to pick up maybe one, two outfielders, right? I mean, I don't think you're going to see as much of a portal acquisition as we did this year, right? I mean, you've got essentially a team full of transfers and freshmen besides Cuvée, Bewalt, and Dorian, but you're still going to see some guys that are going to come in. But for the most part, I think we will retain most of our guys that aren't draft eligible. I don't think any of them are really going to head to the portal. Might bar like one or two, but most of the guys that are starting, that are playing on a consistent basis, I don't think that they're going to try and leave Miami. Yes, other teams might try and go in and try and get them, but I don't think they'll leave here. So 2-3 guys that throw 94, 95 out of the bullpen. I think you'll see some of our guys take that jump this year, right? Some of the freshmen, like I said it all fall, that AJ Siskar, he's going to be a guy that already is doing extremely well with the skill set that he has, but he is very easy velocity right now, getting up to that like 90, 94 range. A summer of workouts with Soto, another fall of workouts with Soto, he's going to be pushing that 95 plus range. And I think you're going to see that with a lot of the pitchers here. So a lot of them will take jumps in velocity. That's going to be something really good to see. We've seen them already take jumps in velocity from the fall to now, and mix that in with some of the freshmen we have coming in, like as you say, Eric Peralta. That's a guy throwing already 95, 96. You get him down here, have him work on pitchability, doing his thing, use that velocity, kind of follow the SEC pattern of having high velocity. We could really do some great things here. Now, Eric Peralta's from New York. There's a couple videos of him on Twitter, if you guys want to go look at it, of him sitting 95, 96. It's a really, really fun watch to just go and see how he does that. So, yeah, I think that there will be portal acquisitions. So, I don't think there will be too many though. But yeah, when it comes to their summer ball programs, some of them aren't supposed to announce them per se yet. So I just decided not to ask. They'll announce them on their own soon enough. I'm gonna give them the courtesy for them to do that. Most of them will be playing summer ball. Pretty sure nearly all of them will be playing summer ball. I'll be playing for some really good teams. I believe AJ Siskar has announced his. I can go look that up for y'all. Go check right here. Yeah, so AJ Siskar is going to be pitching for the Ocean State Waves in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. That's the only one that of the three that's been confirmed. Some of the other ones that have been announced, they are on CanesInSight in the Ron Frazier Baseball Board. So you can go out there and check them out there. So, I mean, they're still showing me love from outside. That's you love to see it. You love to see it. So, yeah, I mean, they're all probably going to keep continuing their workouts. They're gonna have their plans from Soto. Soto will get them right. I mean, people don't understand how important Nick Soto is to this team. I mean, last year you had one guy, Jacoby Long steal for over 10 bases, right? And a lot of the other guys weren't even close to 10 bases. You have multiple guys in that 10 stolen base category this year, and it's making such a difference. And his efforts are really going to start to pay dividends as the years go on here. He's the best baseball trainer down in South Florida by far, and I will die on that hill. He's great. He's really great to work with. Great guy, really insightful. Go look at his Instagrams, his TikToks. It's really insightful onto how to create power as a baseball player and how to be functional as a baseball player. It's a real good mix of both, and it's really impressive. So, yeah. Any other questions you guys got? All right. So, as always, pack the light this weekend. Big series coming up. They need your support. They want you here. You heard them yourselves. They love having the fans here. They love playing in front of that crowd. They love the moment. They want you guys here. Make sure to pack the light. Big series coming up. And as always, go Canes, baby.